What's poppin', homies? It's your favorite homegirl, Gossip Girl, and today I want to talk to you about Maya Millete case. Okay, about this case. It's crazy. Her husband is behind all of this, so we're gonna get right onto it because he's weird, he's insane, and when he was sitting in court, because I was watching some of the online court cases, and he was sitting in court like unbothered, like as if he's going to get away with murder. So let's go ahead and get into this. Okay, so she was missing since January 7th. Okay, Maya Millete was murdered by her husband after seeking divorce. Okay, so she wanted to divorce her husband. More details surrounding the case of missing California mother Maya Millete had been released by authorities after her husband Larry Millete was arrested in the connection to her murder. In a press conference on Tuesday, San Diego County District Attorney Summer Stephan announced that Larry, who's 40 years old, is now facing charges of murder and illegal possession of assault weapon. Investigators believe that Maya, who was 39, was last seen at her Chula Vista home on the evening of January 7th and was killed by Larry after seeking a divorce. Sometimes missing person cases remain unsolved, but as the evidence unfolded in this case, carefully, block by block, it pointed in one direction. May was murdered. The only thing we can do in the face of this senseless violence is to bring justice, and I hope they do. Now, California laws allows prosecutors to file murder charges even if a body is missing, something that Stephen believes is this case is circumstantial evidence that there was foul play and that it was murder, because somebody who took their own life can't hide their own body. An investigation into Maya's disappearance showed that the mother of three had wanted a divorce from Larry since 2020 for many reasons. Describing the couple's marriage as toxic, Stephen said Maya tried to negotiate with Larry just to co-parent with their children, but her husband would not have no parts of that. In homicide cases, there is often a triggering event. In this case, on January 7th, 2021, May was no longer talking about divorce. She took the step, and the last call recorded that May made was to a divorce attorney. She did not make any further calls. Larry was aware that Maya was moving forward with the plans for divorce and allegedly texted screenshots to his boss to let him know that this was final. So that Maya was moving forward with plans for divorce and allegedly text screenshots to his boss to let him know that this was final. Why would he let his boss know that unless he's cool with his boss, why would he send screenshots, to his boss, let him know that it was final? I don't know. We shall see. Now, prior to Maya's disappearance, Larry also contacted Spellcasters. You heard right. Spellcasters. People who have magical abilities to make May stay in her relationship. So he reached out to Spellcasters to make her stay in the relationship, to cast a spell on her, to make her stay in the relationship, stay in the marriage. Ridiculous. But as December of 2020 came, those messages to Spellcasters were a lot more threatening, Stephen said. He was asking for May to become incapacitated, for May to be in an accident, to have broken bones so that she could stay at home. Wow. This is crazy. Now, according to Stephen, Maya Maya had set an appointment to meet with the divorce lawyer on January 12th. She was last sent her family a message on the night of January 7th. The same day, Larry had allegedly texted someone else. I think she wants me to snap, and I'm shaking inside. I'm ready to snap. And her phone's activity stopped around 1:25 a.m. on January 8th. Now, upon investigating into Larry's whereabouts around when his wife was last seen, the authorities found CCTV footage of him at 5:58 on January 8th, repositioning the family's black Lexus to a spot in the garage where the back could not be seen on camera. Stevens said Larry left home with his 4-year-old child around 6:45 a.m. that day, but did not bring his phone or his two older children. When questioned by investigators where he and his child went for 11 hours and 21 minutes, Larry told them they went to Solana Beach. Though the Lexus older GPS could not track where Larry went, it did not note that his home address is Chula Vista, was punched in when the car was 2.5 hours from the residence. Yeah, he killed his wife. Within their investigation, authorities also discovered that one of Larry's registered firearms, a .40 caliber gun, was never turned in when he was served a search warrant, according to Stevens. Now, Larry is expected to be arraigned in court on Thursday. It's unclear if he has retained an attorney, which he did because when I saw all the updated videos on the news about it, he had a lawyer with him who could speak on his behalf. Speaking to press on Tuesday, Maya's sister said it's been really hard on the family to watch the latest events unfold. It's hard to go against family, she said. He's been with us for 20 years. My sister loved him. She gave him 3 children. This is still not the end. We have a long way to go. We're still asking the public, please help bring my sister home. I just want to see my sister. That man murdered that girl. He murdered Maya and buried her somewhere. I do believe that. He murdered her and put her somewhere. That's a shame. All because she wanted a divorce. And then he started, talking to spellcasters. And you heard what I said when he was telling them. At first, he wanted the spellcasters to make Maya stay in a relationship. Then all of a sudden, he wanted her incapacitated. He wanted her bones broken so that she could never leave home. Like, this guy is really crazy. And she's been with him for 20 years. Absolutely nuts. So something happened where she probably was like, I cannot take no more of this, or whatever he was doing, and said, listen, I'm going to go see a divorce lawyer. But they must share the same phone plan. I mean, why wouldn't they not? Their husband and wife, their family. And so maybe he was checking in her logs and finding out that, hey, she was moving forward with the divorce. You can't make somebody stay with you who don't want to be with you. But in this case, he murdered her and he buried her somewhere, and he's not saying. But when I was looking at the court TVs, with him sitting in court, he looks as if he's very sure of himself, as if he's going to walk. And I really do hope that he stays in prison. Now, right now, there's no bond set for him, which is good. And I hope it stays that way. And the children are, they never said where they were, but they did say the children are in a safe place. Oh, man. She was missing since January 7th. Okay, you've been in this woman's family for 20 years. She wants to divorce you. Just divorce her already. Move on with your life and she go on with hers. Now, in May, Larry Millete was temporarily barred from possessing guns or ammunition, after a photo surfaced showing his toddler son standing around by firearms. Okay, and restraining order says Millete had, 22 guns. He had a total of 22 guns, including AR-15s, of which are only 8 were legal. Okay, but Millete denied allegations, insisting all his weapons were legally purchased. The police have executed 23 search warrants since January. The most recent on May 7th, when they removed boxes of ammunition and gun bags. Yeah, he's responsible for his wife's murder and disappearance. He is. After an earlier search, Larry was quoted as telling police he knew they were coming for his guns and gave many of them to his friends. Larry has not been named a suspect at that time in his wife's disappearance, but refused to cooperate with the investigation. So in May, he refused to cooperate with the investigation, and he wasn't named a suspect then. But as they was doing more digging and investigating, it all pointed to him. So now he's arrested, he's locked up, he's in custody, good. And the children are safe, and I think they're probably with her relatives. But Maya is still missing. And we know that she's dead by now. And we know that Larry Millete is responsible for that. And it's sad. It's really sad. So, my heart goes out to her family. But this man is absolutely nuts. This man is absolutely nuts. She wanted a divorce, and he got rid of her. If the Spellcasters couldn't do it, he made sure he did it. And I do believe that. Whew, Lord have mercy. You know what? People who are not married, hearing stuff like this, make you not want to get married. Or make you not want to even date. Because there's some crazy folks out here. Well, anyway, that's all I have for you guys today. I'll be putting out more content later on. I do have to work today, but I got to go on a little bit later. I got to go on this afternoon. But I'm just trying to get caught up and put my stories out there because I'm behind. Let me know if you heard about the Maya Millete case, and let's talk about it in the comment section. Do you think he killed her and made her disappear? Or do you think he hired someone to do it? What do you think? And do you believe in spellcasters? I would like to know that as well. Do you believe that people can put a spell on you and can make you, that can harm you? I'm going to say that can harm you. Let me know in the comment section, and I'll talk to you guys later.